Hello and welcome to my ever messy art station. My name is Keeks, and today I am going to be looking at the 50th anniversary editions of the Caran'dAche Neocolors. But first I wanted to do a couple things. First I wanted to catch up with you guys on where I've been, because for the past 3 weeks I haven't made any videos. And then also I have a whole bunch of ATCs that came in the mail that are for different swaps that I've participated in, so I wanted to share those with you guys. So first, what I wanted to let you know is, boom, I'm a tattoo apprentice now. Woo woo! So I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff where I've just been doing like a whole bunch of learning line weights. I've been learning how to use a tattoo machine. I'm using a rotary machine, doing all kinds of stuff. I'm actually at a place in St. Peters, Missouri called Machine and Ink. So if you're ever in town and you want a tattoo, you know. But yeah, so it's really cool. So I have to do 300 hours and also do 50 tattoos. I haven't done any of the 50 tattoos yet, but I have been doing lots of practice with the hours and stuff. And I'm apprenticing under a guy named Mike who actually owns the shop, and he's about to open another shop that's going to be in O'Fallon, Missouri. So it's been great. The people there are super nice, and anytime I need help, they've been really cool about it. They've been teaching me so many great things, and I'm really thankful to have done that. I am working a full-time job in addition to my tattoo apprenticeship, so that is actually the main reason why I haven't been making many videos. I would like to eventually get to a space where I feel comfortable making at least one video a week. I think that that's pretty manageable. But right now I'm not able to do that just because I've been so busy, and it happened that today I was on PTO and didn't realize it, and my boss was like, "Hey, why are you here today?" And I was like, "Oh, I don't know." So I actually had time to do something today, which was great. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. It's been going really nicely. I really enjoy the new people that I'm working with, and I've been really enjoying what I'm doing. So once again, I am an apprentice. I'm in St. Peters, Missouri at a place called Machine and Ink. So if you are interested in that, you can contact me on my Instagram and let me know if you would like me to design a tattoo for you and do it. Because it's an apprenticeship, that would be a free tattoo. So just letting you know. Hint, hint. Anyway, so I'm going to set these to the side, and what I wanted to get into first was I wanted to look at different ATC swaps that I have been in. So one of the ones that I did was the state swap. So on this one, Winnie had sent me a thing letting me know how many people participate on the state swap. So it says there are 62 participants and there were 79 sets received. There were 48 states involved plus DC. The most states represented were Arizona, New York, and Missouri. Go Missouri! I'm in Missouri, so that's why I'm excited about that. So that's really cool to know. And here are the cards that I got. So let's go ahead. And all of these cards I will eventually be putting in my ATC journal. So I'm just going to take all of these cards out, and then we'll take a look at them because I'm very excited about this. Okay, so the first card that we've got is Illinois. And I know that sometimes pronounced Illinois with an S and sometimes Illinois silent, depending on who you ask. So this is really cool, and it looks like, I'm going to hold this up to there a little bit because you can see President Lincoln there. You can see what looks like a control. There's all kinds of stuff. There's a Ferris wheel, some popcorn. It looks like they really took their time in drawing Illinois and then drawing all the things that go to Illinois. So it's really cool. And this is by Jennifer Svilla Boyd. And it doesn't show anywhere that you can follow her at, but maybe if you Google her, you might be able to find her on there. So this is pretty awesome. The next one is Kansas. This is Missouri's sister state, or one of them. I love how they have a twister in the middle of it, because, you know, the movie Twister was in Kansas. So that's pretty fun. There's actually a museum in Kansas for it too. And then they are the sunflower state, so you got sunflowers. The Wizard of Oz has a lot of connections to Kansas also. Topeka is the capital. This looks like a little windmill, and then this must be their state bird. Ad astra per aspera is probably their state thing. And I'm not sure. Oh, LAK 2025, she signed it. And then, of course, you've got the outline of Kansas. I love this card. This is so creative and cute. And it says here that this is card number 5 of 6 that she made, and her name is Leslie Ann Kramer, and she used inks and watercolors. This label certifies that this is one of a kind, authentic, original production by the artist, and it has been signed. Very cool. She reserves the rights. It also says that she can be contacted anytime by going to leslieannkramer@gmail.com. So if you would like to learn more about her ATCs or find ways to follow her, you can email her. This one is Texas. So we've got Texas here. And then it looks like this was hand-created lines and print embellished collage. And it's by Artsy Fartsy Jen. Follow her on Instagram because that's an awesome name. And it's very cute. You can actually see where she used some gel pen on here, and then she collaged some stuff about Texas on there. And I think this might be a stamp, and then she put some glitter over it. Ooh, and I love this texture here. It's very textured and kind of has a rustic look. Very cute. Good job. Oh, this is cool. So it looks like Winnie, the leader of this, actually put a state tracker on here. So what you can do is put a dot for each state of something that you receive. I love that idea. What a cool idea, Winnie. This one is for Arizona. So it looks like this was handmade. I can tell it looks like there were some highlighters used in here. She hand wrote Arizona. It looks like she colored in this part here. And this is by C. Johnson for the 50 states. She doesn't have a place that you can follow her, but she did an awesome job. Or he, I guess. C. Johnson can be a dude too. Whoever you are, you did awesome. Thank you. And then the last one we have here is the Adventurous Colorado. So we've got a lot of collage going on here. We have some mooses, which honestly, mooses, I'm not sure. But if I ran into a moose, I'd be terrified because I've heard they are humongous. She even drew in a little blimp over here, a little hot air balloon. And then you've got different people climbing. You've got the Yeti or Bigfoot. You've got somebody doing, oh God, I've done this before. It's terrifying. Don't do it. Don't do like the slingshot stuff. But yeah, so that's great. And this is for Colorado, mixed media, and I believe it says it's by Micah, maybe? Melissa? M-E-L-I-C-H. Can't see. Not sure. But it does have ATC by me on there. It doesn't show a place that you can follow them, but they did an excellent job. This is a very fun card. All right, so that's it for the 50 state cards. I do have like 4 more envelopes, so bear with me, guys. And we will get through these. So the next set I have is, let's see here, and I'm gonna try not to oust myself. Okay, so the next one was our Halloween swap. So this was just various Halloween cards. So I'm just going to take these out real quick. On this one, it was turn 6 in and get 5 back. So we've got this really cute little trick-or-treat guy. And he looks like a little vampire, and it's so cute. He's got his little hands. He's holding a bucket. And it says this is for the Halloween swap in 2025. Vampire Trick or Treat, cardstock, Sharpie, and creative. And I guess HD is their initials. And it's from USA and Michigan. Very cute. The next one we have is a wee little witch's hat. And I love that this has like extra elements to it. Like I love the little flowers because they're actually kind of glittery, and I love the spider webs. This is very cute. And it says, congratulations, you have a one of a kind ATC sketch card made by Rodney. And it's in 2025 for the Halloween swap. Good job, Rodney. I love that. That's very cute. Oh my god, look at how fuzzy it is. It's so fuzzy and cute. It's a kitty. A vampire kitty with a birthday hat on. How adorable is that? And this one is by Amy from Maine. All right. Very cute. And it looks like there's some watercolor in here. It's a very textured watercolor. And then I'm going to assume maybe some marker, maybe some acrylic paint in here. Very cute. The next one is a bat flying past the moon. And then you've got some clouds in here, so it looks like maybe some paint. Oh my. Oh, okay, so they recycled paper. So this is magazine paper that they used here. And it says it's painted by J Land with paint pen for the Halloween swap. So that's really funny. They used like a magazine. Very creative idea. It's a good way to get like some thick paper because I think this is probably the backside of a cover of a magazine. Oh my goodness, she has a bow. Is that not adorable? It's a little ghosty. This is by Sherry for the Halloween swap using watercolors and pens. And I love this. It's so cute. That put a smile on my face immediately, Sherry. I love that. So that is the Halloween swap. Excellent job, everybody. I've got 2 more swaps to go through. The next one is the vampire specific swap. So the vampire specific swap, everybody got one of these that was made by the main vampire person. So it's a little coffin. So they did kind of like what I did with the coffins, and it's a 2-side coffin. So you can see you got like the fool on this side or a jack. And then you open it up and it has some vampire stuff in here from a book. Ooh, Vampires and Vampirism. And then it has a little vampire in here, so it's very cute. I love how interactive that is. This is so cool. Like, I feel like this is such a piece of art here. I would have this framed. Like, I don't know, like it has a very Picasso look to me, like how the eyes don't quite match. I love that. This is by Tanya Bossler, and it's acrylic and watercolor. That is so cool. And then this one's awesome. I love how crazy this vampire looks, and I love her hair. So this is a female vampire with alcohol markers and Sharpies by Lee, that's not an Ann, Aiden maybe? But yeah, this is really cool. I love the details in that, very neat. This one's just kind of cheeky and cute. This is some vampire lips, and they're like, hello, I'm hot. So this is alcohol markers. It looks like some sort of pen accents, and it's by Michelle Reeves in Texas. Very cute. Vampire beware. I like that, and it's actually kind of glittery. This is Tomb Warning by Autumn Newmiller. It's mixed media, watercolor, and metallic markers. Excellent job. I love that. Oh my god, look at how cute he is. That's adorable. This is Vampire Swap by Kristen Rowley, and it's watercolors and marker pens. So cute. I can't think of what the name of that character is, but I know they just remade the movie with him recently. Oh, what's his name? Normally I would know, but I can't think of his name right now, and that always happens when I'm recording. Maybe if I think about it later, whenever I edit this, I'll put the name of the character on there. But either way, very cute. And then the last swap that I've got was Forest Flora is what it was called. So I've got some really cute cards for that. These were wrapped individually. I'm going to take them out because there's lots of little details in here. This one, I don't know if this is a stamp or if this person drew this, but this is remarkable looking. Like, I love how this turned out. And, oh, here we go. It says, it is the Forest Flora Swap Liquid Watercolors, Pigma Macron, and Archival Ink by Sherry Wolf in Illinois. So that's beautiful. So this must be hand done. And boy, are you talented. I love this next one reminds me of like Zendangles or Tangles, whatever you want to call them. It's very zen looking. Like, I love how happy the colors are too. Like, I just think that this is really cute and creative. This is by Ashley Anthony on Vancouver Island. Wait, in Canada? Oh, I didn't know Canada participated. That's awesome. All right. This one's really cool. This one has sewing in it. Let me see if I can get this out here. Oh, it's all fabrics. That's so cool. So they sewed all the way around here. They sewed the grass in, and then they sewed this mushroom in here. That is fantastic. Hand-stitched fabric collage by Karen O'Toole. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've never had one that's all sewed like that, so this is fantastic. And then this one is a collage, and it's got some stickers on it. It says, "A day has enough hours. You just have too many excuses." And this was 1996 by 7, but yeah, it has 725. What? What? It says 25 here. What's 1996? I don't know. Either way, it's a cute card. Thank you. This one's really cute too. So this one says nature on it, and it's got collage, and it's got like, this looks like a die cut. Maybe a little die cut edge right here. And then we've got some mushrooms in here, so that's really cute. And this one was done by either Sean or Sam Weatherby. And then it says Nikki McNeil swap for Flora and Fauna, which Nikki McNeil is who held the swap. So yeah, very good. Oh, wait. I understand this one now. 1996. Okay, so this is probably from Nikki McNeil, and she numbers all of the cards that she makes. That way she can keep track of them. I bet this 1996 is just the number of the card. Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Thank you for reminding me who did this card. So I will actually really quick right on the back of this one that this one's probably from Nikki McNeil. So I'm not gonna forge her name or anything. By Nikki Mick. I think it's E-I-L. Yeah, there we go. That way I can remember who that was from. But yeah, so I have participated in a whole bunch of swaps, and I am expecting more swaps to come back to me. But I wanted to share those with you because I love sharing the art of other artists. Just because, number one, I hope that they are sharing my art as well. But also, you know, some of these artists only do this for fun. Like, people don't really realize how much work and time goes into making all of those. So I just wanted to have some artist appreciation, give a little love to my friends. But now let's take a look at our Neocolors. So normally what I do is I have two different places I usually keep my Neocolors in. One of the places I keep them in is here in my little container. And this is my like on-the-go container. So if I'm like out somewhere, I have all these colors broken in half, which are most of the colors that I like to use. And then the rest of my Neocolors, and these are the Neocolor 2s that are the water-soluble ones. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. But I have this giant tin that was originally for colored pencils. And instead of colored pencils, I have the rest of my Neocolors in here so that I can easily access them. So I just wanted to show you how I normally keep mine. And I am in love with my Neocolors. They're pretty cool. But what I did is I actually ordered 2 of the anniversary ones. So these are the 2 special edition ones. I think there were 5 anniversary sets in total. These are the ones that were left as of a couple months ago. So it did take me like 2 whole months to get these in the mail. Oh my goodness. I need to drink my coffee. So let's see here. And it says on the back that these are the special editions. So this one's supposed to be kind of like for portraits. And this one, it has plants on it. Like, they don't actually have a name for them on here. So I'm going to go ahead and take their little visors off. I'm going to try not to mix them up. So we will look at this one first. And what I was thinking that we could do is I was thinking I could first kind of play with them. And I have a journal where I specifically use Neocolor twos. Like this whole journal is full of mostly Neocolor stuff. So let's find a place in here. And I was thinking that we could play with these a little bit. So I'm just gonna write in here 50th anniversary edition Neocolor twos. And on this side we'll have portraits. And on this side we'll have plants. And what we'll do is I'll swatch them first, which I use the Ohuhu water brushes whenever I do stuff like this. So yeah, the Ohuhu water brushes I feel like do the best. It's totally up to you what you want to use though. So we'll do portraits on this side, and what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and take some of these tissues from the back here. And oh good, this one already has them. If you're doing something that already has Neocolor in them, I strongly recommend putting tissue paper in between, because once you re-wet the pages, it will get wet again. This is the Royal Talons, the square ones. So that's all I'm using, nothing special or anything like that. So here's a look at all the colors they gave us. I remember only a few of the colors are new. Not all of these colors are. So, and what I figured we could do is swatch them first, and then maybe we'll try doing one face and one plant with all the colors and see how it goes. This is an off-white paper, so luckily we'll be able to see this first one, which is just simply white. So I'm going to do one swatch of white here, and then I'm going to, I always have like a paper towel handy for these, and then I'm just going to rub it. Can't really see that very well on here, but that would be more of a highlight color. The next color I've got is called Yellow Peony Yellow. So I'm just going to do a main dot here and another dot here. You may or may not be able to see these on camera. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I've got my light on, but I'm just not sure how well you're going to be able to see that because it's pretty light. The next color we've got is Conch Pearl. So that one you should be able to see a lot better. Then we've got Salmon. And then this one is Light Wine Lees. There we go. And then we've got Crimson Alizon Hue. russet. And then after russet is burnt sienna. And then we've got Van Dyke brown. I like that there's definitely a lot of dark tones with the light tones, because I always worry on skin tones that they always like put like peaches and stuff like that. So this is nice to actually see some darker colors too. And then this last color is Aubergine, or Aubergine, I think it's Aubergine. It's a nice plum color. All right, so that is this 50th anniversary one. And I'll probably keep the thing on this, that way I will always know which one that is. And then the next one we're gonna do is this special edition plant one. It seems to be plant themed. They don't have names on them, which is kind of interesting. So for this one, it looks like it starts out kind of opposite. So we got dark colors first. So the first color is Prussian blue. It's a pretty color. And then this color is lilac. And then next is dark green. And then after dark green, we've got Skagen blue. I'm pretty sure that's a new one. I like saying that, Skagen. Skagen blue. Sounds cool together. And then we've got, ooh, this is a pretty color. Chrysosparse green. Like that. And then we've got Veronese green. Grass green. A lot of artists say that they don't like grass green. I do. I don't mind having grass that's not actually a grass color. I guess here our grass is pretty green, so I never like really think of it weird, but everybody's like, it's such an unnatural color. Well, I don't know. I don't feel like it's that bad. I disagree, I guess. Akuba green, which this green looks very olivey to me. Ooh, that's a very pretty color. Oh, I missed one. My bad. There we go. This one's light olive 40%. Okay. And then lastly, we've got this Chinese green. Now, if you want to talk about an unnatural color, that is unnatural. It's almost like a yellow, like a greeny yellow. So yeah, so this kind of gives you an idea of all the different colors that are in these two sets, which is pretty cool. So now what I want to do is I'm going to put a little piece of paper here. These do dry very fast, like these are all actually dry already. But like I said, if you're going to activate one side of the page and you already have them, you want to do it, otherwise this will happen, where you'll get transfers. Now, if you just like don't have anything anywhere, you're gonna get transfers anyway. But yeah, just so you know, it's a good idea. So what I thought we could do is I thought it'd be fun because these pages are square and the things that came with these are kind of square. So I thought we could try and recreate the pictures that they did with these. I thought maybe that would be really fun. Just something kind of weird and fun to try. So what I'm going to do is go kind of like that. That way you can see. And we are going to try and recreate the pictures here. I'm going to try to guess what colors they were using. I think this is going to be really hard. I've never tried anything like this, but I'm going to try my bestest and we're going to see how it goes. And we're going to try to use all the colors. I'm going to try to figure out how all the colors are in here. So one of the things that I see going on here is you've got two faces and you've got a neck and you've got some highlights in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this purple first. And probably it looks like they've got both of these browns in here. So what I'm going to do is map out one of the faces by going like this. And then it looks like maybe they've got this. And then this, like that. And we're gonna try to go from there. So what I'm seeing is this. And you don't have to use a lot to get the colors to go in here. So I'm just gonna map this out first and then it kind of blends into each other. So we're gonna try and do it that way. And then to me, it looks like there's a really dark brown right here. And then they've got kind of this like burnt sienna color here. And then I'm going to try to color that in and see what happens. And we can always add more on top of it. If it doesn't look right. That goes into this darker brown. And that red, so like that. And then there's these other ones here. So with this one, the other face, it starts out with this yellow. And then it goes into this conch color. And then we've got this color for quite a bit. And like that. And then there's a neck. The neck is kind of peachy. So we're just going to do that. And then in here, it kind of has like a weird fade effect. It's like this light tone. I'm working kind of down to up in this one. It almost looks like there might be another color mixed in here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this like purple up in here, just to kind of give it a little bit of contrast. And I'm gonna add this color. And then the closer we get to that neck, I think the more yellow it is. So where's that yellow color? Here it is. So we're gonna try that and see what it gives us. I don't know, I just thought this would be a fun exercise to try. There we go, like that. And there we go, like that. All right, so I think that's pretty similar to what we got going in the picture. And then looks to me like it kind of goes like this. And then more peachy as we go down. So they have like a contrast line right here. Something like that is what I think we're going for. Okay, so now we get to the hard part because we got to figure out these faces. So with these faces, okay, let's see. So we've got lips. And I think for the most part, what they've got going, and then I think it goes into the red. She's just gonna have some big ass lips. Excuse my French. So something like that. And then it's got like dark brown in there, but I think I'm gonna wait on the dark brown and the white until we've colored the lips in. And a few of these, you know, feel free to play around with them too. Or if you have something similar. Like, to me, this is just fun trying to match it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wet them. And in the middle here, I'm just gonna kind of zhush it a bit so that it kind of mixes. Might need more pink on that side. I think I went overboard. And kind of blow on it a little bit. It's still a little wet, so it's letting me kind of play. There we go. Let's zhoosh it here in the middle. Something like that. And then we'll let that part dry and we'll go ahead and put in these other colors. So I'm thinking this is the color that's here. Oh, no, not the color, it's this one. They'll never know. Shh. So something like that. And then we've got this kind of like lighter tan color over here. And then we've got this stark yellow as an outline. And then this pink. Ooh, but we've got purple right here. And we need this color for the nostril. We're gonna have to get creative because we don't actually know what's above it. So we'll just have to play. Looks like this really dark brown is right here. And a little bit of this lighter tan is underneath. Like that. Now that this is dry, we can also kind of come in here like this. Go over it some. And put a bit of white highlight in there. Not gonna look as pretty as she is in the picture, but we're gonna try our best. Okay, and then I'm gonna go like this kind of and give her some weird cheeky weekies for funsies. But yeah, it looks like this part isn't actually like watercolor blended in, but we're gonna watercolor blend it anyway because I can. And I want to. So we're gonna kind of go like this. And then, you know what? We haven't really used this color. So even though I don't actually see that color, I'm just gonna come in here and give her a bit of a blend line. And then I'm gonna put this color. Because we're gonna watercolor it in there. Something like that. And then with this nostril, it's a little hard because it's mostly white. Oh no, my white has brown in it. It's okay. Like I said, we'll watercolor some of that in there. Oh no. We need this color. So I'm gonna say that's fairly freaking close. As close as I can get anyway. And then over here on this face, it looks like there's some yellow happening. There's a hint of a nose, but we don't actually see the nose here. It's like right here. And then there's some of this color. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put our lips in here. So, ooh, what color is that? We're gonna try this color. And then the bottom to me looks purple. This is not right. There's a top of a nose here, and then I've just got random lips down here. That's okay. It's fine. Nobody can tell us how to art. And I'm just gonna move the nose down. And we're gonna say that this lady has a darker nose on the other side. I'm just kind of trying to keep with what they have me do on the other side here. We don't know what this is, so we're just gonna smudge it up. We won't be able to really see that, so it's okay. And we'll add our white and that highlighter on the lips too. We'll wait for the bottom lip highlight and the dark purple in the mouth. This part looks to me like instead of an actual color, they used like white and a brown. But I feel weird, we haven't really used this color, so I'm gonna use this color. We're doing it. Doing the dang thing. Got a bit of the Neapolitan going there. And for some reason they've got purple up here. She got purple skin. We're gonna do it, man. We're doing it. Okay, so now we've got everything blocked in, so we're just gonna color it in now and see what that gives us. And it probably will not look quite right, if I'm honest, but that's okay. That's what makes it kind of fun. Okay, so we've got that side. We're just gonna blend our little hearts out. Okay, I think I'm gonna reuse this brown in here. And a little bit of white. There we go. So that is kind of similar to what they had here. So that kind of helps us like test it out. I'm really proud of how this one turned out. This one's a little, woo, don't know what happened there. But that's not bad. I kind of like that purple there. It kind of makes it look a little artsy. But yeah. So that was this 50th anniversary edition. So I'm gonna put all the colors back in here. I'm gonna get rid of this foam thing because I'm not gonna use that. And then we will move on to our next one. But yeah, so those are the face colors. Let me know in the comments below, would you actually use these to make a face? Did you make a face with me? Do you have these? What do you like to do with them? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so we've got that one. And then I also wanted to do this Caran'dAche one, which is a bunch of plants. Now this one looks wild, y'all. Like, I don't know how this one's gonna go. But we're gonna try. Because these like wisteria looking leaves look hard. But I'm gonna try. Because I am an overachiever and I want to. So it looks like this has some of this yellow in here. I'm gonna put this on top of here so you can tell what I'm doing. I guess if I would have thought about this better, I would have told you the exact colors I'm using, but honestly, I'm going by sight with this. So I don't even know if these are the right colors, to be fair. Just kind of going for it. And seeing what we end up with. That, and then I'm gonna blend. So I'm gonna make sure my colors from before are off of it. Oop, I thought they were off of it, but I guess not. It's okay, we'll mix it in. Well, it's fine. Kind of mix it like that, and then we've got dark green in here. Like that. And then we've got, so this is where we're starting to get into all these colors and stuff. So let me blend this in real quick. Because it goes from green to suddenly really colorful. So what I'm seeing is purple first. So we're going to do purple around here. And then we need a little bit of purple right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that there so I can kind of see where I am. And then to me, it looks like we kind of go into this blue. There's a little bit of that green kind of mixed in there a little bit. And some more of this blue. And then it gets really crazy because this green comes back. So there's all kinds of crazy colors happening here. This is not gonna look right. But we're gonna go for it. Oh no, it's turning into kind of a muddy mess. Okay, and then, so this has some purple that kind of goes up there and then turns into that green. I think I did much better on the faces personally. This does not look like the picture at all. Okay, so we've got some bright purple going into this green. And then we've got this blue coming back in here, kind of like that. And they've got it fading into this blue. I'm gonna give it some green just because I don't see much of this green in here yet. And the in-betweens, it looks like are gonna be that dark blue. So I see kind of this blue here again. And then some purple. I think I got in too big of a fat hurry on this one. It's okay. It'll still kind of show us the color gradients a little bit. That pops into this blue, purple. Okay, and then in between it are this really dark blue. And then if I wanted to get real fancy, I could use this green that we didn't use much of. And just kind of make some lines in these leaves to make them look a little bit better. And then, oh no. Should have wiped that off, but that's okay. But you kind of get the idea. So yeah, similar, not quite the same. But yeah, there we go. So now you can kind of see what these two colors, what these two sets colors are kind of like. I do believe that there are still some on Amazon. That's how I got mine, was through Amazon. So once again, if you were with me, this is the one that has kind of like the portrait faces on it, and this is the one that kind of has the plants on it. Out of the two, I think I'll definitely get the most use out of this one, just because I do more plant matter and stuff with my work. But But I think the faces and the portraits are pretty fun. Right now I've also been working on a lot of realism and stuff like that. So maybe eventually when I start bringing color into realism, maybe I could do that. Like I'm trying to figure out light sources and stuff right now. Like there's a lot of learning happening. But yeah, so I think this has been pretty great. If you stuck with me this long, thank you so much. Sorry I've been away for such a long time. But I did want to do this for you, so that I could kind of come back and say hi, and I'm not totally gone. I'm just learning. So if you have favorited, or if you've subscribed, you know, thank you so much. Give me a like if you think about it, and I'll be back next time. Bye!